Tuesday, we're going to do what is called a box and whisker plot. I changed my plans. There was something I wanted to do, but I'll save it until, I think, Thursday. So, box and whisker plot, and your homework will be all whisker. Like, whiskers. Maybe on the good old Alex. Okay, I need a pretty blank paper. So turn to a page that's blank. Don't just randomly open it, though. And what I need you to do has to be your left hand. Has to be your left hand. I need you to trace your left hand. If you're a lefty, sorry.
Miss, I'm not good at tracing.
If it comes out ugly, it's not my fault. Wait, which one's my left hand? Watch my skin come out.
I have it for Armstrong. Miss, mine's gonna come out so good. Wait, you have to do that?
I have to dig with this.
Welcome to my world, Angel.
Whoa. Mine is pretty good.
Mine came out so golden.
Look at mine. Like the best. I cannot cricket.
Mine is so golden. It's like all the nails and everything.
Ojalá que tengan 5 dedos.
Miss, what I draw for nails?
All right. We trace our left hand?
No, wait, Miss.
Okay. So, the reason we trace our left hand is because it actually is going to help us do the math. Your left hand has the math answers on it, believe it or not. Okay, listen. Looking at your left hand, it only works for your left hand. It does not work for your right hand. Your left hand. I'll show you why when we get through this. Okay, which of these 5 fingers has the least amount of power? Strength.
Pinky.
Your pinky, right? So your pinky is the weakest one, right? So, what do we call the number that's the smallest number?
0. 1.
What do we,
0.1.
okay, never mind. Okay, so your pinky is the weakest one, right? And we call that the minimum because it has minimum power. Minimum power. So we're going to turn our notebooks to write the word minimum in our pinky. Minimum in our pinky. Has minimum power at City, so we're going to write the word minimum in your pinky. Now, which of your 5 fingers has the maximum amount of power? Thumb. That's why we play thumb wars with it, right? So your thumb has the maximum amount of power. Maximum. All right. Now, which one's our middle finger?
The middle.
Middle. What do we call the number in the middle in math?
Middle.
What do we call the middle number?
Median.
Median, right? So guess what our middle finger is called? Median.
Miss, is this going to give us the answer to that?
Yeah. So if you look at your left hand and you go, okay, my middle finger, what do we call the middle finger? Oh, your median because it's in the middle. Median, it's in the middle. Which one's my weakest? My minimum. Which one's my strongest? My maximum. So minimum, median, maximum. Okay. Yes, would be the only day I could technically show you.
What about the other two?
Okay, what about the other 2? The other 2 are crazy vocabulary. Okay, your ring finger, Chris, your ring finger,
Yes.
this one, is called, you might have heard it on Alex or 6th grade,
It's on ring finger.
lower quartile.
Higher quartile.
Lower quartile. Also, some worksheets call it the first quartile. So I'm going to put the first here. So first or lower quartile. First quartile or sometimes called lower quartile. Depending on the worksheet, that's what it's called. Nothing. Your index finger, pointer finger is called your upper quartile. Upper quartile, or also known as your third quartile. Your medium would be your second quartile. Okay? So upper quartile, lower quartile, minimum, median, and maximum. So when we look at a box and whisker plot, they have 5 dots. Each dot represents one of these. Each dot represents one of these in order. So hence your left finger goes in order of these dots. Minimum, lower quartile, medium, upper quartile, maximum. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to create a box and whisker plot using some data. All right, I'm going to save this here. I'm going to use it a little bit later. All right. Now, let's create what is called a box and whisker plot. It's another type of graph. So yesterday we did a stem and leaf plot. We did a dot plot. Now we're going to talk about a box and whisker plot. So the first thing you have to do is to put the numbers in order. Okay, always put your numbers in order. When you're doing mean, medium, mode, range, put them in order. Put them in order. On the map test, I'm going to give you scratch paper exactly for like these problems. I'm going to have to put them in order. I can't put them in order in my head. I'm going to do it on paper.
I'm almost down to my last page.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. All right, so I wrote the numbers 2 through 18 counting by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Are they in order? Yes, so we don't have to worry about putting them in order. I already gave them to you in order. Okay, second thing, you are going to find, now that they're in order, the first 2 things you find are the minimum and the maximum. Okay, the first 2 that we find are your minimum and your maximum. Which numbers are your minimum and your maximum? All right, so which number is my minimum? 2, because they're in order, so it's pretty easy, the smallest number. Which number is my maximum? 18. It's in order, so you see that's my biggest number. Easy enough? So minimum, smallest number, maximum, biggest number. Okay? Now, the third thing you're going to find is your median. You have to find them in this order. Okay? So your median. How do you find the median? Middle, Jayla. Very good. So how would I find the middle? Like, what would I do?
You cut out the first and the last.
Very good, Chris. So we're going to cross out the first, the last. The first, the last. The front, the back. The front, the back. What's in the middle?
10.
So that's our answer. 10. Could you do this on the test? Yeah. You just have to write it down, though. It's hard to keep all this straight. Yes? No. It's all here. We're gonna start. This is why you want to do your homework. You want to try your best on the do nows, right? Because Miss Demi and I cannot help you on the map, and we cannot help you on the SBAC. It's all what is in your head. So the more you practice with your homework, the more it sticks in your head. This is why in math we give you homework. That's why all your other classes really don't give you homework, because what's the number one thing you just have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing? Math. Yes.
When we're finished with the test, is it going to show that we went up? And is it going to show how much we went up?
Yes. That's what I love about the map. You get a score immediately, and I give you extra credit if you scored higher. Yes.
Let's say I get like 200. How much will my grade go up?
You will get 200 points.
That's a lot.
How much will my grade go up?
I don't know. Depends.
It's a B.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know. It's hard. I can't tell you you're going to go up to this grade because it's all about the numbers. I have to add it up and divide. Okay, now the fourth thing you're going to do is you're going to do the lower quartile and the upper quartile. And we're still sitting there going, what in the world do these words mean? The vocabulary is quite interesting. Okay, lower quartile, upper quartile. It's actually pretty easy. The lower quartile is the median, the middle of the lower part of the numbers. So what's in the middle of the lower part? The upper quartile is what's in the middle of the upper numbers. Okay? So the 10 is your median, so I don't use it. Okay? So these are medians again. So all you're doing is finding middle numbers. Now we're going to find the middle number of these. The middle number of these. So what do? Front, back. Oh, 4 and 5. 4 and 6. 4 and 6. Gosh, I wonder what's in the middle of 4 and 6. Gosh, yes, 5. That was hard. So what's in the middle of 4 and 6? 5. So 5 is in the middle. Does everybody understand that? 5 is in the middle. It's just you're finding middle numbers. So our lower quartile would be 5. It's what's in the middle, Jose, where this is where we pay attention when we understand or we get lost. Upper quartile is cover up this part with the 10. And what's in the middle here? So 12, 18, up. I have 2 numbers. So what's in the middle? 15. So, yeah, it's not 12, and it's these 2 numbers. This is why, Santiago, when you're taking your map, write things down. As much as some of you are extremely good at mental math, it's these little things that will get a wrong answer, right? Because it's too much to keep in your head. It's not hard math. It's just, let me just write this down, cross them out. I get my right answer. I get my points. No big deal. Okay, what part of this was hard? Minimum? No. Maximum? No. Medium? No. This is just this again. It's just the middle numbers of the first part and the middle numbers of the second part. And that's it. All right, now let's create our box and whisker plot. Okay, here's what we need to do. We need a number line. So draw a perfectly straight line like mine. That's not bad. That's not bad. I know, thank you. It's not bad for not having a ruler. Okay. Not bad. Just kidding. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 19. So count by ones all the way to 19. Go. Yeah, if you need to make the line longer on the left or the right. If you have graph paper, obviously it's a little bit easier. Yep. Sure. There you go. All right. Okay, now, all you're going to do, you're not going to put all of these numbers. You're not going to put all of these numbers. What we're going to do is we're just going to put these numbers. We're going to use a dot. So on the 2, we're going to put a dot on the 2. 18, we're going to put a dot on top of the 18 like that. Okay? Then the number 10. Then lower quartile is 5. Upper quartile is 15. Okay? So here we have all of this, all of these numbers, but all we do is plot these 5, and that's it. Okay, now we're going to create our box and whisker plot. Ah. All right. Here's where the magic happens. The first 2 dots are your whiskers, and the last 2 dots are your whiskers. And then this is connected with a box and a box. So this is where we get the box and whisker plot. So this is called a box and whisker plot. You get to see it here, and you get to see it if you take statistics. So this represents the data above. You have your minimum, your maximum, your median, your lower quartile, and your upper quartile.
Miss, all this gonna be on the map.
Could possibly be on the map test. Will be on your state test. Because on your map, if you get them right, you get harder questions, right? So they might skip this and give you a high school question, right? On the SBAC, it's a 7th grade test. It doesn't become harder. It doesn't become easier. All your problems on the SBAC are 7th grade problems. So you will get something like this on the SBAC. On the map, Alejandra, I don't know. Because some of you are going to be like outscoring it, so they'll skip this. They'll be like, you know what? Let's give them harder geometry questions. Yes.
Do you know how much numbers you have to go up to get to honors?
It's at 65 percentile, which is a 232.
232. That's the average.
That's where we start looking. Like that would be like the lowest score we look at.
Miss, what if I get a 231?
That would be the minimum score we look at.
Miss, what if I get a 231?
Ooh. And then I look back and be like, do you have the work ethic to go into honors?
Yeah.
And that's where we lose some of you. All right. So we're going to go into our packet. We're going to turn the page and leave your handout. You're going to need this, and you're going to need this packet. Ooh. On Thursday at 11. Oh, perfect. Just perfect. I love a parent conference during 4th period.
Miss Amelie.
Yes.
I remember one time I was cleaning my backpack and I found homework from like 2 months ago.
Great. Did your sister do it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you want to start with the easy questions or the hard questions? Okay. Turn to page 4. You will be turning some of these in like yesterday, so make sure that you stay with me. And if I set my timers, you're staying on top of things. Okay, have your left hand out, and then have this. Okay, page 4. They're not numbered, but we did number them yesterday.
When do we have a state test?
Huh?
When do we have a state test?
At the end of April, I think. Yeah. And I still have to teach you so much more. I haven't taught you 2 main things. So hopefully, I will teach you them before the SBAC. But if you do your Alex, you might already have learned them. All right, here we go. Incubation time of birds. Have you guys seen the birds in Big Bear?
No.
Isn't that cute? That's cute. Okay, so these are incubation times of different types of birds. Okay, pigeons and cockatoos. Okay, so here they already created a box and whisker plot. If they're going to give you this on the test, this is how they're going to give it to you. It's already drawn for you. You just have to read it. Now, let's not read the questions. Don't care about the questions right now. Who can remember? Left hand. What does the first dot mean? Minimum. So let's write that down. Min. What does the last dot mean? Okay. Which else do you know?
The median?
Median is the middle finger. Hey, if you get those 3 down, you're good. You're in good shape. Now it's like the really random ones. What do we call the second dot?
Lower quartile.
lower quartile or first quartile. And then what do we call the fourth?
Second.
Upper quartile or third. Your medium is actually your second.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so if you don't know this, you look at your left hand and you kind of read them off. All right, now, questions? I'm teaching. Okay. Okay, write the first quartile from the given graph. So first quartile, what dot are we looking at? We're looking at the second one, right? So let me draw a line so you can kind of see it. It's actually a decimal. So your first quartile or your lower quartile is your second dot. Okay, so what would be the value of my lower quartile, my second dot? What do you guys think?
5.3.
10. What's this? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Does it go to 16?
No. It's
No.
15 point something.
We're going to go halfway. 15.5. Jose? What is the maximum? What dot is the maximum?
35.
The last dot, I'm going to draw a line just to make sure that you guys see it. So what number is that?
35.
Good. Okay, which dot is your median?
20.
Let me draw the dot. Ooh. Is it at 20?
Is that more like 20.7?
Let's do half. All right, any questions on that? All right, let's try doing number 2. Set timer for 1 minute. Yes. Do what? He's asking do what? I don't know how many are decimals. I want to say it's half. Yes.
Why didn't we get rulers?
You're right. Because I didn't want to deal with this.
We should do it.
I didn't want to deal with that 30 times. Oh my goodness.
Just to the kids.
Here, I'll draw them out for you here. There's only one that's a decimal, but do they even ask for it?
4 times?
Here, I'll zoom it in so you can see it. I'm not writing these answers down. That's what I'm grading.
Miss, we can do the packet and then tomorrow we'll go with you.
We'll see. No. All right, are we done with this page?
Yes.
Okay. The only one with the decimal would be your last answer. The only one with the decimal would be your last answer.
48.5.
Jose, I said no. No. I can rewind it. The answer is... Lo que le conviene. All right, are we okay? We have 3 answers there that I will grade later. Okay. All right, page 5. Solid waste in pounds per day. Gross. Collected. This is how many pounds of garbage. All right, now we're doing decimals. Hard decimals. No, they're not hard. All right, so let me draw the arrows to help you. What's your first dot mean? Minimum. What's your second dot mean?
Medium.
lower quartile. What does your middle dot mean? Median. Your fourth dot? Upper quartile or third quartile. And what does your last dot mean? Maximum. Don't forget that one. Seriously. All right. That should help you answer those questions. First quartile. Oh, the range. Set timer for 1 minute. How do you find the range?
Biggest to smallest.
Biggest to smallest. Otherwise known in this problem, maximum minus minimum. So what's your maximum? What's your minimum? And subtract. And then the last question is your third quartile, also known as upper quartile.
Wait, does the C have a decimal?
These will have decimals.
Huh?
These will have decimals because it's like they're all decimals, basically, kind of.
That's crazy.
They're not.
Okay, they're not.
Why is there 5 different arrows?
Because there's 5 fingers.
Huh?
Because there's 5 fingers. Each dot is a finger.
What happened to only 3?
Yes, I get it right.
Let me do it because I haven't done it.
She gave up.
What do you keep saying, timer?
To keep you guys on track.
Alright.
Like, I feel a minute should be enough to finish these 3 questions, especially since I give you more time for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, I remember in 4th grade, my teacher gave us like tests on Fridays. It was like 90 questions of multiplication. She gave us like 4 minutes to do it.
Nice. I hope all teachers did that. That way, some of you would have better multiplication skills.
It was probably so. If you got wrong, then you have to write multiplication.
Love that.
Wait, how will I know?
In 4th grade, we just watched it.
Yes.
The one with 90 questions.
Maximum is here.
How would we know if we get it
I got
right?
an ace.
Questions, but I'm
How do you know you got it right?
I did like 5 questions in a minute and a half. 500.
You guess all of them.
Yep. They were all 1%.
So what's the okay, question. I'm not going to give you the answer, but what's the maximum in this problem?
4.7.
4.7. What's the minimum number? 3. So you have to subtract those numbers. You have to subtract decimals.
Yes, I get it right.
You got parent conference next week, so I would stop. I would definitely stop
Yes, I get it right.
during my 4th period when I don't have kids, so I'll be there.
Yes, I get it right.
Fatima, did I kind of answer your question? Yeah. Make sure I can read that last number. Or read. Yeah. Yeah, the range is wrong. Subtract. What did you subtract? What 2 numbers did you subtract? Correct. So it's $4.70 minus $3. You did 30 cents. All right. I'm going to grade those answers later. Now, next one. How much do basketball players weigh? Here is your data. There. 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 All right. The only one I have not taught you is letter C. I have not taught you letter C. All right, so try doing A and B. Try doing A and B. Medium and maximum. That was pretty easy. What's your median and what's your maximum? What's your median and what's your look at your left hand. Which finger is my maximum? Which finger is my median? Medium, maximum. Medium, maximum. Which one's your median? What number? Oh, that's number 3. What number is your maximum? What's your maximum?
Yeah, shoes for every fit, huh? Yeah, they gotta match my shirt.
I get mad when it doesn't. I actually had green shoes yesterday, but they weren't laced up, so I didn't wear them.
Did you get pinched?
Hmm?
Did you get pinched?
No, I'm not a child.
Did you get pinched?
My first
No,
time,
I'm not a child.
my first time pinching me, I snapped it.
All right. Here we go. Okay. Median. That would be this number. What's the median? 189. Thank you, Angel. What's the maximum? That would be that number. 204. Good. All right, got those two answers correct? Okay. So now, something new. Inner quartile range. Not range, regular range, not big minus small, but the inner quartile range. So what does inner quartile range mean? Nick?
The lower and the upper quartile, like a range.
Yeah. The ranges of the quartiles. Yeah. So inner quartile. So when it says inner quartile, we're looking at the quartiles. So we're going to do upper minus lower because it's the range in the quartiles. It's the range in the quartiles. So what's the upper minus the lower?
It's just like range.
It's like range, big minus small, but of your quartiles. So what's your upper quartile? 199. What's your lower quartile?
181.
All right, so what's 199 minus 181? Good. That would be your lower. That would be like the harder question that would get you more points. This one. Like this might be worth 1 point, but this one's worth 2 points.
So it's basically the same math as range.
This is your upper quartile. The quartiles. These two fingers here. This is range. These two fingers are range, and these two fingers are inner quartile range. Good? All right, last thing, Santiago. Last thing we're going to do. You will be taking pictures of page. Basically, if I didn't write down my answers, that's what I'm grading. If I didn't write down answers, that's what I'm grading. Okay, page 6. Page 6. Okay, we're only going to do number 2. We're only going to do number 2. This is what we did in our notebook. Now, before we can plot anything, what's the first thing we have to do?
Put them in order.
Put them in order. So I'm going to put them in order right here. Give me some room right there. So what's the smallest number you see? 7. So I'm going to put 7 and cross it out. Now if you skip a number and you accidentally like, oops, I forgot to write this number, just squeeze it in. What comes after 7? I agree with 9. What comes after that?
11.
11. All right, keep going. Juan, we're doing it? Okay, Luis, we're not on the iPad, we're doing this. Oops, I skipped 12, so I'm going to kind of squeeze it in there.
Yes, I think I'm still going.
I'm sure. Yes, put them in order. Here comes the teacher. Make sure you put them in order. Fantastic. He just crossed out the numbers without putting them in order. enough room because we got to cross these numbers out. Oh, we're going to do it together. All right. So those are the numbers. Okay. So easiest question. What's the minimum?
7.
What's the maximum? I mean, those two answers should be the easiest thing you do. Minimum is the smallest number. Maximum is your biggest number. Okay, how do I find, which one can I do? Quartile 1, 2, or 3? 2. You can't do 1 or 3 without doing 2 first. How do I find quartile 2, or otherwise known as median? What do I have to do? Cross out from both ends. So, get my orange. Front, back. Front, back. Keep going. Front, back. Front, back. Keep going. What'd you guys get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I crossed out 6 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we got what? 17. So that goes there. 17. Now, find the median of these first set of numbers. So don't count that 17. Does not count. Now, front, back, front, back. Uh-oh. It's 11 and 12. What's in the middle of 11 and 12? Very good. Now go to the other side. 19, 34, 21, 27. What two numbers are left in the middle? 22, 24, which means what number is in the middle?
All the quartiles right.
Good. The first try or the 5th time?
Okay, I got the quartile 2.
All right, one last thing.
The rest I got.
You got to graph these points. 5 dots. That's it. I know it's hard. Where is the 7?
Yes, that means that to me it was 17, not 18.
Right there. After the 5. 2 numbers after the 5.
Yay.
Yay.
34.
What?
23. 17. Ooh, 11.5. Okay. So, we're going to go...
Right was the third quartile.
Yeah, if you mess up on one thing, then it kind of throws you off. It's like a domino effect.
I don't know where to start.
Start with.
Beautiful. Wow. Those are like the best numbers I've seen.
I know.
Yes. They're beautiful.
Oh, this is easy.
What do you mean? What's the title of... Read and interpret the plot. Edit. Okay, I need... Okay, let me create the assignment.
It's okay, you don't have to.
Read and interpret the plot. Add. What pages am I going to ask for?
The first one we did.
Edit. Upload a picture of page 4, 5, and 6.
Wait, what?
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
Basically everything I left blank, but the last one I kind of did with you.
Okay. We'll take the credit.
4, 5, 6. I'm grading what I didn't write down. And then you did all of this.
Is it read and interpret?
Interpret?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the title of these pages.